I think at this point, VDM mother should be arrested. That woman should be immediately be arrested. I think she have a lot of questions to answer.
VDM has cases upon cases on his head, over 40 of them, and you think you can flounce and walk up and down and nothing happens to you? What do you do? What does that register in the head of the average Nigerian? Is we are lawless and you can just misbehave, and as long as the people are rallying around you, you do whatever you like? No. And I would say a big no to this, because it doesn't make any sense that someone of his stature, I'm coming. Do you know that for VDM to even post with 4 point how many million people to say the Igbo people are being looked down on, that whole e-money stunt, he can create a state of anarchy because he has following.
Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you guys are watching me from. The way I always said before, I always talk and say Nigeria never ready, because when we're ready, we go no. Based on this very dark man issue, we dey talk for like some days now. Some group of youth will come outside to debate for the matter, which is very good and fine. But now there you go know, say the way we think in this country to move forward will be very, very difficult for me and you. Why I say so? Part of the youth will debate. Most of them, they against very dark man, because I say he dey lawless, he talk anyhow, he behave anyhow. Now all those ministers, all those governors, all those presidents, where they don't misbehave, where they don't thief our money, those who are not above the law. We see them, we worship them. But the common man, we won't help me and you. Where if he talk with me and you know if he talk, that be the main problem of the country. Let me not talk much. Watch the video, watch that debate, and hear waiting Nigeria youth they talk. Then at there you go know say this country 20, 30, 40, 50 years coming, you go see the way it dey. That is if we no go back. But when I listen to them, because to me, imagine, I don't know, maybe now out of jealousy or heaviness. Because normally, me, I know many people, many youths, they jealous very dark man. Many, based on who is this guy who just come out, who is this small boy who come out. It's not by age. It's by the boldness. Even though you don't like what very dark man is doing, at least check the one way don't do way good and compare with the one way do way no good. Just because say in talk anyhow, maybe for 1 or 2 videos, it means say he dey lawless. No. But man don't talk more. You just be say they pay me when I listen to them.
Leading campaign and say free VDM, free VDM. Now this is my own say. I think at this point, VDM mother should be arrested. That woman should be immediately be arrested. I think she have a lot of questions to answer. How do you explain to me or to anybody with any rational mindset that for the last 4 months, we're in May now, that your salary, every time your salary comes in, is emptied by the bank, servicing a loan you never partake in? I don't know how much is the salary of a teacher. Now, if the salary is 100,000, and the last statement the daughter made was the bank took everything and only left 3,000 for her. So if it is 100,000, that means the bank took 97,000. So if the bank has been doing that for the last 4 months and she kept quiet, she did not inform her son, then I think she took the loan. Madam, you are lying. You better come out and tell Nigerians the truth. You are lying. You took the loan. Why did you not tell your son, your lousy son, your black son who blackmailed other innocent people within the society? Why did you not tell him? If indeed you know that you did not take the money. Now, Nigerians are a very funny set of people, because VDM is like honey now. Any blogs and anybody who feel depressed, want to get like, they will go and throw support for VDM. Help all of you guys. I don't care. I will say it the way it is. VDM mother need to be arrested now. And on that statement alone, when the sister sent a voice note to VDM, the sister said, since this year, any money that enter my mother's account is being taken by the bank. When VDM make his own narration, VDM said 50% of whatever is coming in is being taken by the bank. And for 4 months, you did not tell your son, Madam, you have question to answer, or you go and submit yourself to the police. And all of you moronic people on the internet saying, you are going to GTB bank to withdraw your money. People, emotional blackmailer. That's why your government own you on a chokehold. You wanna no get sense. You wanna no get sense. So GTB bank, now be your problem. You no go ask VDM mama question. Say how you go keep quiet for 3 months? You be mugu. I don't tell you. Say this story is arranged for something else. When they look this story, look outside the story. You go see why they are arranging this kind of story. For now, make una dey throw nonsense they go.
Nigerians, there's something wrong with us, and it's really deep. It's a problem. We always want to put feelings over facts, and the law is no respecter of feelings. The truth is this: VDM is no more the voice of the people than Ahmed Issa of Brekete family. Okay? We see how Ahmed Issa has been representing the people for over 10 years. This man is a constructive representative of the people. VDM is not even close to Ahmed Issa. Right? When Ahmed Issa did a crime and slapped somebody, he was picked up. Yes, he was picked up by the law. Now, they came to his studio to pick him up. Right? The law is no respect. See, you are fighting for the people. Fight constructively. VDM has cases upon cases on his head, over 40 of them, and you think you can flounce and walk up and down and nothing happens to you? What do you do? What does that register in the head of the average Nigerian? Is we are lawless and you can just misbehave, and as long as the people are rallying around you, you do whatever you like? No. And I would say a big no to this, because it doesn't make any sense that someone of his stature, I'm coming. Do you know that for VDM to even post with 4 point how many million people to say the Igbo people are being looked down on, that whole e-money stunt, he can create a state of anarchy because he has following. He's lucky he was not picked up by the DSS. So let's stop this sentiment, and if we want a better Nigeria, the law is the law.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You can hate VDM for whatever reason. I don't follow him on social media, but you can hate him. But the truth is, whether you do a big pass, you be say a big pass. You see, there are facts that must be stated clearly. You are talking about Ahmed Issa. You see, everybody has followership, right? I said, how was he arrested? People had made utterances in Nigeria that is 10 times worse than what VDM had said. There was a time a presidential candidate in Nigeria said he was going to make the country ungovernable, and that was not big enough. Now, it is also important that we understand the age at which VDM is. You see, you cannot know more than your generation. This is his generation. This is how he can react. And of all of this, have you looked at his merits and his demerits? Of course, we are not expecting everybody to like him, but on this particular issue, however the EFCC had gone to carry out their arrest is faulty, because we have also had how agencies of government go around arresting people on the streets. Very unlawful, very unprofessional, and that's the point. We cannot continue to encourage it, because first, citizens are much more important. There is no law without a people. So the laws are for the people. Okay. And so we must consider that, and for me, it's important. Go north, go east, south, and west. The mode at which EFCC went about this particular issue is a no, no, and no.
Thank you. Thank you.
Foremost, I think arresting VDM, like any other person, is not really a problem.
Okay.
But the reason behind him being arrested is what I think it's not really clear to everyone.
Okay.
But I need you all to understand that in every action, there's always a reaction.
Okay.
VDM has been doing well so far, the voice of the voiceless, and he has been helping a lot of people. But you know, in Nigeria, we already established the fact that there's freedom of speech. But freedom after speech is what we cannot guarantee ourselves. So now, I need you all to understand that criticism of the government is very, very good, and we like it. But constructive way of criticizing the government is very, very important, because we are Africans. Take it or leave it. If you can't believe that you are one, then you leave. But there's a way, rules and model at which things are being approached in this country. Say the truth in a very good way. You don't need to insult anybody and feel those people will sit down and encourage other people to come and be insulting them the same way.
How do you say the truth in a very good way?
So now, for instance, the government is bad, the economy is bad, yada 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 yada. Come out clean and tell Mr. President, these are the things that need to be done. You can't go as far as saying the people in your cabinet are useless, their head is dumb, yada 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 yada. Listen to me, my dear sister. So what I'm saying is, if one person dance, they give her money. If another person dance, now Kenny go collect.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Said now, my chairman. So if this is a boy, and okay, let's say this is a guy and that's a girl, you cannot call a girl a boy. It's not possible. If the government is useless, it's useless. Let's not sugarcoat it. If the government is not performing, they're not performing. That doesn't mean I like VDM. Okay? So let me just put it out there. I'm not a fan of VDM. Okay. Alright? However, what is right and what is wrong is wrong. Okay. You cannot arrest somebody and not charge them to court and keep detaining them. Detaining them over 24 hours without charging them to court is wrong. It's unlawful. And we have lawyers here. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you. Right? Thank you.
As we are in Nigeria now, and we don't believe we are still in the military regime by this time. We need to wake up. Okay. Now, this is lack of accountability from the FCC part. You can't come and sugarcoat this thing. We already know this guy as a public figure, the voice of the voiceless, like we all see it now. You carried this guy, it was alleged by different blogs that he was covered like a criminal, which we are not 100% sure. Now it's not allowing his people to see him. You do not issue a statement to the public, and you know that it's going to come up with agitation, and there will be riot and chaos in the society. And you have the country at heart, and you want us to be peaceful. In as much as we have a lot of problems going on in Nigeria, you want to add this one to be part of the problem. At this point, I just feel that they are trying to distract us from what is happening on the ground.
Why is arresting VDM a problem?
It is a problem.
Are you familiar with the issue of
Let
me tell you why it's not a problem, right? VDM's prosecution is as good as any other person who has been alleged for malfeasance of money or any crime. So why is it peculiar? In fact, the protest against VDM is the basis.
I will argue with him.
No.
Let me tell you why I'm arguing with you. How will a woman being that claims that he sent papers and he did not reply you know his address, like he stated that they know his address. You waited for him to go to a bank and do transactions. He has been invited. Why did you arrest him? How?
You actually, I'll be the first person to drag you. I remember I used to say VDM is your husband because you both match. The question Ghana asked, you didn't answer. How was Ahmed Issa picked? He was arrested like a normal civilian. If anybody, let me tell you something. K was aware. There was a day I was here. Police were in my garage. They called me. I went there to answer. They could have tracked my phone, traced me here, blindfolded me, and take me. That's kidnap. If they infringe, let me finish now. Let me finish. That's infringing on his fundamental human right. They've done more than enough. The representative of the FCC was here. We asked a lot of questions. It was super diplomatic because we know these things. We see these things. A lot of blood carries these things. Yeah, we saw the video coverage of how he walked out of the bank. But what did he show us how he was speaking? How he was picked? No. They said it was in the entrance of the bank. Even the bank had to put the restaurant. Yes, the bank has lost a lot of customers. We know that. But let me tell you something. His phone was snatched from him. He could not do anything. Let me tell you something. You know the fundamental. If I arrest someone today and nobody comes for him, within 24 hours, you let the person go.
No.
Or 24 hours, you let him go.
Understand something. Social media no be court.
Okay.
Right? And EFCC does not have any obligation to come and tell you and post on social media the court process of which they have used to, whether they have used to seek remand order against VDM or whether they have used to prosecute him, because it is contempt of court. Right? That's one. Two, do you know that pending an investigation against you for an offense, whether most especially that is not bailable, the court, the prosecuting agency can seek what we call a remand order. Do you know what a remand order is? A remand order means that, you know what, and is ex parte. Ex parte is not, it means without the other person on notice. Well, what they do is, look, this person has a case against him, we're still investigating. Pending the conclusion of investigation and prosecuting him, let us hold him in detention so that he would not truncate the investigation. Now the law talk is the rules of court. I'm not the one who has said that. Right? So if the EFCC has that order, again, you and I cannot know because EFCC is not obliged to publish it on any social media because it's contempt of court. So if the EFCC has gone that they are holding him lawfully, also EFCC has come out to tell us that, look, this guy was invited severally, right, and he refused to show up. So what's the next? You get an arrest warrant, and I believe they have that. Again, they cannot show you because it's a court process.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
I'm not assuming.
Okay, thank you.
As of now, VDM and his lawyer, it's not an assumption. I'm telling you based on what is in the law. EFCC cannot add contrary to all of this.
Thank you.
The VDM knows as of now. VDM lawyer knows. That's why VDM lawyer came out to mention the people that, so they know.
Thank you.
You understand?
So first, I feel bad when people say VDM was arrested. VDM was not arrested, he was kidnapped. That's first. Number two, as a people, the biggest problem we have in this country is the interpretation of our law. Our lawyers na problem for this country. If lawyer no kill, lawyer go kill us. It is only in Nigeria that a lawyer no say you no get case, he go tell you say let's go. There is a case. You see, I feel pain when we are scared or afraid to call a spade a spade. What is a law? When you make laws are made for the people. And when a group of people sit down to make a law that is just beneficial to them, when it is a problem, the larger society has the right to question the law.
Okay.
And so please, I think just sit down. I think it's important. So please, I'm saying this because one day you are talking from the kidney. even though your inner conscience, no, you see, are we saying that VDM is too big to be arrested? It is no. Just like any other person. Just like they did to Russia Sokorosha, break into his house from the ceiling. We have all had issues where people had cases in the police where they write you know, some police, your IPO go even call you for phone. Say we won't see you when you fit come. You'll say, okay, I not get chance today, next week.
Based on levels.
Do you understand? No, even ordinary people, they do it.
Okay.
But now you are claiming that he has been invited on so many occasions and he did not show up. And then the best way for the law enforcement agencies to go and pick him is the way they acted. No, and please, let me add. From the yes, now you said the topic, you know, say go hot. Now, from the report we had with people who were with VDM, as a lawyer, you also know that he has rights to his property. They forcefully took his phone, took his password without his consent. And why are some of us frowning against it? If we do not speak, as all of us there, so kidnappers will just enter. Carry people say there be DSS, there be DSS. And because we are used to their operation at that level, We go think so until you go here and say you dey pay ransom. And so it is wrong, and we must speak against it. The way they went about it, it is wrong. There is no kind of law that justifies it, and if there is a law, we must change it.